AM and FM.
WOON Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee and, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
Good morning to you. Coffee and time here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Friday morning.
Who's
It's
that?
November the 21st. I'm Joe Callahan. I was not here yesterday, so thanks, Dave, for taking over and running the program.
You're totally welcome, and thanks for coming back.
And did everybody treat you nice yesterday, Dave?
Very well.
Oh, well, okay, good. You know,
Especially Bob. He was most complimentary.
for you? That was nice
Yeah.
of him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's Dave Riches. You just heard his voice
am.
right over there.
What do you know?
We're also
Hi.
being joined by Rich Elaine from Post 85. Hey, Rich.
Hey, good morning.
Melissa cannot be with us this morning.
She could be with us this morning, but she's got laryngitis, so what's the use?
She could whisper, and we could try to interpret and talk.
Laryngitis
for her.
on the radio doesn't work.
This doesn't work. So we hope Melissa feels better, and hopefully she can join us on Monday. This portion of the Coffee and program is sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. And what do you get in your inbox, Dave, from the Chamber?
Well, coming up on December 2nd, does that sound like a long way away, Joe?
December 2nd?
Yeah.
It does, but it really isn't.
No, it isn't.
Like it's next week.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's not next week, but the week after.
Close.
And because 2 weeks from, 1 week from this coming Monday is December. So you're looking at 1 week from this coming Tuesday would be the holiday open house for the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. From 5 to 8 p.m. at Bally's Twin River in Lincoln. Yes, it's that big. It's at Bally's. Then they have the Cheers to Emerging Leaders Wrap Party coming up on December the 9th from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Marriott Providence downtown. Bluefin Grill. I've been there. Nice place. And Eggs and Issues Breakfast coming up January 7th at Kirkbrake Country Club. And it will be House Speaker Sikarchi. That's usual. Usually they do the Speaker in January and the Senate President in February for the Eggs and Issues Breakfast. Big surprise there, huh? And Business is Brewing networking pop-up coming up in January, too. Things will slow down a little bit in December, and then they'll be right back up to multiple events in the month coming up in January. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, 334-1000. Call after the show. They open up at 9. They answer the phone starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. Find out how the chamber can work for you, your side hustle, your business.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. To begin the Coffee and program today, I just wanted to bring this up about, and it'll be all milk fun for the next 5 minutes here, because things are starting to pop. Starting with the milk fun auction begins 1 week from today.
Yeah, 4 in the afternoon.
4 to 5.
4 to 5.
Here on ON, we'll be doing it every weekday from 4 to 5, except for Christmas Eve. We haven't decided when we're going to do it on Christmas Eve yet.
We decided when we want to.
It won't
but
be 4 to 5.
We've decided when we want to, but it's not working out smoothly.
Right. We've already got a ton of stuff in.
I know.
Dave, which is great. And Garrett Manseri and his whole group.
And 4 tons coming.
Get it going out and getting us stuff. So it's going to be a fantastic auction.
Where do you see the gift cards this year, Joe?
It's great. And it's all from 4 to 5 starting the day after Thanksgiving, which will be 1 week from today. All right, and then the next event is the Milk Fun Breakfast Kickoff. This has been happening for the last couple of years at Kay's Restaurant.
November 30th,
November
Sunday.
the 30th, 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. at Kay's on Cass Avenue. It's $20 per person.
And you say, well, Kay's isn't open for breakfast. They are that day.
They did on this day.
Oh, and we went last year.
Yeah.
And you know how yummy everything is at Kay's?
Sure. Yummy for breakfast. Too.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Oh, my goodness, yes.
Tickets are $20 per person. They're available right here at ON Radio. They're also available at K's as well.
Yep.
And it's $20 per person, and we hope you can make it for that. Then, Rich, Celebrity Bartenders.
Oh, yes.
Coming up at Post
yes.
85 on, did I write down the
Think
date?
it over.
No.
Think it over.
December 2nd?
December 2nd.
December 2nd.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
I should
That's
write that
the
down.
day after the December
That's a Tuesday.
1st.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
6 to 8 p.m. Dave and Melissa and I will be down there slinging the drinks.
Yes,
And
you will.
If anyone decides to tip us, and sometimes they do, with real money
seriously,
too.
Seriously,
All the
they're
tips go to
very
the milk
generous
fund,
down
yeah.
Post 85.
All the tips go to the milk fund, so it's always a
Great
good
time, always fun. I'm just asking everybody out there to come and help support. And
with Richard Lane as a tail twister for the event.
More of an arm twister.
more of an arm. Well, yeah, I think every once in a while I get on the microphone and say, tip your bartenders, tip your bartenders, and then I
will tip your bartenders.
Yeah, and then I turn around and I challenge the bartenders to see which one can get the most tips.
Yeah.
Dave
Right.
usually does a little dance.
I know.
Joe, you lost last year, didn't you? I think Melissa was the top winner last
she
year.
had her fancy drink too.
Yeah, she had
So,
the fancy drink
I was just
for the
I was
milk
just
fund. Yeah,
I do the easy drinks, beer. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Or
yeah.
get this
Well,
wine.
how much can you get
Let's go
tipped on
for the
beer,
last-
Joe?
Well, it depends on what the. Usually, I think the beers go for like $3 on a draft, and maybe they'll give you a 5.
That's a good price, too, by the way.
Keep the $2. Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
You
There
don't
you
get
go.
that kind of price a lot of places.
no. We try to treat our customers good. So when you come down for the milk fund on Tuesday, we're not going to rape you for the price of your drinks. And like I say, take that extra money and give it as a tip for the milk fund.
So that's on December 2nd, 6 to 8 p.m. And then, Dave, we have our Bowling for Milk, third
Bowling
annual
for
Bowling for
Milk.
on Sunday, December 7th at the new Ryan's Family Amusements, formerly Walnut Hill Bowl, 11 to 2. We reached out to some of the bigger wigs, and it was very nice of the New England Patriots to send us an autographed picture of Christian Gonzalez.
Very good.
I got it in a safe place so no one steals it. And then Bally's Twin River Casino came through with two $50 gift cards.
I know.
That's
nice.
cool.
Use it. They said use it for merchandise. You can use it for dinner. You can use it to buy tickets to a show. You can use it to stay at the hotel if you want to do that. And it's good at both Bally's. If you
Yeah.
want to go all the way to Tiverton and use it down there, perfectly
You
fine.
can't use it in the slot machine. The card doesn't
No, it
fit.
doesn't fit. So and then the Providence Bruins came through and gave us 4 free tickets.
There you go.
So we'll be having a bunch of raffles, baskets down there as well. And we invite you to come on down. Bowling, by the way, it's $25 per person to bowl for 2 hours and shoes. You don't have to rent shoes.
How do you
It's
beat
not
that?
filter. It's-
$25
yeah.
a bowl and
2 hours.
for
25.
2 hours,
Wow.
and then you got the milk fund.
It's not
How
two
do you-
strings. It's 2
2
hours.
hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it used to be you
awesome.
bowled to buy the string. Now they just say no, do whatever you want.
They just
But
keep going for a couple
the
hours,
clock
you
is
know?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so that happens on December 7th, and then we have the Soup for Supper. This is the 9th annual Soup for Supper for the Milk Fund at the St. Joseph's Veterans Association on December the 11th, from 5 to 7:30 p.m. Get there early. Don't they run out of soup?
Well, no, they have.
Yeah. Okay.
But see, now you've got to buy the tickets in advance.
Yes.
You just can't walk up and buy the tickets anymore. And that's a shame. We'd love you to be able to do that, but let's face it, food's involved. Food that's being trucked in from outside the building. So there's a finite number of spoonfuls. And we did have that one bad experience where we were just slammed at the door.
Yeah.
And everybody was figuring, based on the ticket, you always figure, 20% more than what you sold tickets for. Yeah, but 80% of the people there hadn't bought tickets. What a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
So you don't repeat that sort of thing, so you have to put in some rules. Get your tickets ahead of time for Soup for Supper.
And we have them
I
here at
already
ON
have
Radio.
mine.
So come on down. They're $20 per person. With the soup, you get salad and bread as well. Yes, Dave.
And I've got to leave the room, but I did want to make sure you haven't mentioned it yet. You might not be aware because you were off yesterday that the calendars are in for the Milk Fund prize calendar.
Oh, great.
Autumn Fest did it, and they're so successful with it. We started doing it last year in Milk Fund just as a test the water sort of thing, and it took off. So they're doing it again, but those calendars are already here at ON Radio, and you can buy Milk Fund prize calendars.
Do you know how much they are, Dave?
No.
Okay.
I'm behind the scenes. I'm worrying about everything else but the price. Sorry about that. But
Well, we'll try to find that out for you.
we'll find out for you before the show is over. I'll go out in the office and do it, but I've got to go and take care of something backstage right now. So
All right.
remember that number, 334-1000 for the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks, Dave. Soup for Supper, by the way, Rich. We've got the different area restaurants coming down and bringing, and everyone's going to bring a different kind of soup. We don't want to double up on this kind of thing. Bugged Out Barbecue, Grumpy's, Kay's, Jay's Deli, Little General on Cumberland Hill, Elks Lodge 850, Michael Hiru, who was the Grand Marshal of the of Autumn Fest this past year, Stacy Bean and Dave Rondo, they're all going to be cooking, and more to be added as they go out to the different restaurants and say, bring your best soup.
I've always found it very, just awesome, the way these local businesses and just people in general with the auction and everything, how everybody steps up for this milk fund. It's so good to see. It just goes to show you how this community, and I've seen it with the American Legion and the Fairmount community, how just the whole city comes together for good
nice.
causes.
And what always amazes me is and I keep forgetting, because there's always new people coming into town.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they've never heard of it. And
Yeah.
this took place at Ryan's Family Amusement when they purchased Walnut Hill Bowl. And I'm over there, we want to do this fundraiser for the milk fund. They're like, what is that?
What is the milk fund?
What is it? Oh, okay. Then you got to go into a little bit of history of what it is and what it does and who benefits from it. But as soon as they get all that information, they hear what it's all about. They're like, "Oh, that's a great idea," and so they're all in on
Yep.
it. So lots of good stuff starting up with the milk fund coming up, and it all starts. Like we always do, on the day after Thanksgiving, 1 week from today, when the Milk Fund auction kicks off here on ON AM and FM from 4 to 5 p.m. All right, Rich, do you want to make any comments about what ICE detained the wrong person down in Providence? Did you hear about this story?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead and tell me about it, and I'll probably have a comment.
And then make a comment. All right. The story goes like this: a Rhode Island Superior Court judge has issued a statement after ICE detained a court intern in Providence. He was working at the courthouse, and the teenage intern was taken into custody outside of the courthouse Thursday morning, and they put him in an unmarked SUV, which is what they do. And a spokesperson for the court system told ICE agents then wrongfully detained the intern, and after ICE verified the information, they released the teen. They grabbed the wrong person.
Okay.
Is what they've done. Rhode Island Supreme Court Chief Justice Paul Suttle says this, quote, egregious incident underscores both the community's and the judiciary's concerns about how ICE is conducting its operations in Rhode Island, unquote. No comment from ICE. I don't think you will ever get a comment from ICE. But unfortunately, things like this are going to happen. We're working with human beings, and as the old cliche goes, nobody's perfect.
Hey,
and it's this case of mistaken identity, and we grabbed the wrong guy.
My father used to say all the time, you got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, and what we're trying, to my opinion, just totally my opinion, is they are trying to get rid of the worst of the worst.
Yes.
And listen, you're going to mess up sometimes, and I always go back to the analogy that we used to use when I worked in the Department of Corrections. You got 100% of your inmate population. 90% of them just want to do their time and leave everything alone. I called it the 10% rule. 10% of them make trouble, and that causes,
that's all you really hear about.
The 90, that's all you hear about. And the 90% that want to do the right thing have got to pay the price for the 10%.
Okay, right.
And to me, that's what's happening here. I mean, to take a look, what is it? The schools in North Carolina. Did you see the absenteeism in the schools in North Carolina is running almost 20%. And they think it's ICE agents are picking up the thing in North Carolina.
Well, the first thing
they're keeping the kids out. I mean, it happened in Milford, Mass.
Yeah,
too.
The first thing I thought about this when they grabbed the wrong person. Okay, how many times have you heard over the years? And we're going to go back 40 or 50 years, where the police, not ICE, but local police, are going to make a raid on a house, and they're at the wrong address.
Yeah. Yep.
Not just Rhode Island. That happens in every state. And because it's just, I'm sorry, it's just going to happen.
Yeah. No, it definitely is.
And sometimes people get hurt, and people have died because the police have crashed into the wrong house. People have had heart attacks, and the only thing you say afterwards is, "Sorry, we were in the wrong place." Now, did they apologize to this to this teen? I'm going to say no. They probably just put him back in the SUV.
We don't hear that part.
But we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Can I just say that uncharacteristically, usually I'm 1,000% on the side of law enforcement I got to say that from the facts that I heard, that this really was a very unfortunate bozo move by ICE. They know that they're in a state that's sensitive to this. They know they're right next to another state where they've had problems. And they
Could be the same ICE agents too.
listen. I mean, if it were you or me, let's just say,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
Suppose we
We'd be
blurt out
upset.
something and it hurts somebody's feeling. We're going to be more careful next time in choosing our words on the air, because we don't want the misstep. These are not people who are trying to be stormtroopers. They're trying to do their job the way they were ordered to do it. I get it. But don't you have to be a little more sensitive where everyone else is a bit more sensitive? You know, you make a mistake, you got to be a little more sensitive not to make the same mistake again.
Well, maybe
Not-
they will be.
And not just
going
laugh it
forward.
off.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not blaming the officers that were actually on scene. They
Well,
get orders.
they're under orders, yeah.
They
They're
get
under
orders from. So you got to take a look at the level the orders came from, and maybe that needs a little bit more.
They got to
scrutiny,
be
you know?
more sensitive when they're in an area where people will be sensitive to them, where the governor's just waiting to take a crack at them, where the attorney general's of the same party. I
agree with you there,
And
yeah.
the
Yeah.
first thing that happened, the way the governor found out about it, is that Judge Sattel at the courthouse found out what happened, and he immediately got involved and took the power of the court, of the judiciary, and went after ICE immediately. And then the governor found out about it, and then he started doing all the political things he has to say and stuff like that. I mean, some of what Dan McKee said was over the top, party stuff. We get it, but he was clearly upset. I looked at it, I said, oh my God, these poor people just keep tripping on their shoelaces. They don't have to be like this to get their job done.
Well, if you're down to the courthouse, Rich, and they said, we're looking. I put Rich on the Facebook page.
No,
We're
there
looking
was no we're looking for. There he is.
There he
Grab
is.
him.
It's an older gentleman with a Fu Manchu mustache.
There you go.
Rich, we got him. Oh, sorry, you're not
There you go.
You're the wrong guy.
You
Sorry
know
about
what
that.
though, and I'm honestly saying this.
All right.
Honestly, if that happened to me, maybe because I was, in law enforcement in the military, I understand mistakes can happen. I mean, you tell me to cuff up, I'm going to cuff
right.
up.
There you go.
Okay, all right, we'll straighten this out later.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys are doing a job. You've been ordered to do a job. Okay, I'm not going to resist, and that's what happens a lot of times.
it does,
If you
yeah.
just fall, even if you're not the person you're looking for, if you don't give that officer any crap.
Right.
And just do what he's asking you to do at that moment.
Sure.
Things will get straightened out in a couple hours. So
You're
take
absolutely
it
right
easy.
about that, and people should be taught that.
Mm-hmm.
And any command from a law enforcement officer has to be first obeyed, then later on, if they're wrong, but this is the big thing, and this is what really bothered me, and why I wanted to talk about this morning, is that my attitude toward this is that, oh my God, these poor people just keep screwing up and making mistakes, and they are getting the people who pay their salaries against them. This is not how you should be treating law enforcement, and law enforcement should be conscious of what they're being viewed as and take extra steps to not appear that way when they're doing their lawful duty. I get that. Because now look what's happening. You got a judge after you. You have an attorney general after you. You have a governor after you. You have untold numbers of the public after you, making your job more difficult. And you have a Georgia congressman and a senior senator from Rhode Island introducing legislation to make you liable to be sued if you make an honest human mistake that involves taking someone's rights away or pausing someone's rights.
But it's not just ICE, Dave, like you said. TSA, FBI,
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Department of Justice, and prison officials. Rich, if I
Right.
don't like the way you treated me in prison, I get to sue you.
Now, that's not
'Cause
possible
you're doing
right
your
now.
job.
Yeah.
But there is an act now introduced in Congress, and it will go through the Congress. And you saw what happened during. You just saw how vicious everybody was during the shutdown. It's going to go through this, and this Epstein thing. It was passed before it got there, because it just so unanimous was the support. Anything they could do to humiliate this president, it was their target, and it shouldn't be this way. Every issue should be debated on its merits, but all emotion is getting involved in everything now. Now it's us and them, emotion, it's war. Nobody is paying attention to reason anymore. And if they pass that Bivens Act, the kid in Milford,
Yeah, could
the
sue
folks
everybody.
arrested down at Blount,
Yeah.
at the car wash in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
and that's just within 50 miles of here. And this youngster over here,
Everybody sues
you're going to
everybody.
get. Do you know how many lawyers work on commission?
Oh, sure.
There is no financial disadvantage to suing the baloney out of our federal government officers.
We do have to take a break, but Dave brought in the Milk Fund calendar. How much are the
I did.
calendars, Dave?
$10.
Yeah,
Yes,
$10 each.
$10
Okay.
right there. I thought it was. I just didn't want to say and be wrong.
Yep.
And look at the neat stuff that's on there, Joe.
It's all for January, by the way.
Yeah. And we were doing all the drawing in January. You're buying the
Yep.
calendars during the Milk Fund appeal in December. Look at this, a $50 Target gift card, $25 Amazon, $200 wine basket, $50 Marshall's gift card. There's a bunch of Amazon gift cards in here. Those are always usable. $50 cellos from Rep. Casey. By the way, Rep. Phillips and Senator Brian Thompson has donated a couple of different things here. The guy whose birthday it is today, Representative John Brian, donated a $50 TJ Maxx gift card and a Target gift card, all on the Milk Fund calendar. There's many, many more. I'm just mentioning a few for highlights, and lots of Amazons there in your Milk Fund calendar. $10 available right now at your favorite local radio station.
All right, thanks, Dave. More Coffee and coming up. This segment of Coffee and sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
OM 1240. Dollars spent at home circulate throughout the community. What that means is every time you shop here at home, instead of spending your money with some mail-order catalog or online business hundreds of miles away, you're helping to retain existing jobs and even create new ones. A strong local economy can afford to improve community facilities and services, parks and playgrounds, streets and sidewalks. It's really that simple. Shopping locally benefits everyone in the community. So this holiday season, please invest in your community and your future, and keep your dollars working here at home.
One of our great hometown merchants is the Beef Barn. 2 locations, 160 Pulaski Boulevard, Bellingham, and 200 Industrial Drive, North Smithfield.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON, AM, and FM.
And we're back on Coffee and Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards and Rich Elaine, and just talking about the 9 people that were arrested at the car wash up in Alston. 3 more were released. They were granted their release. The 3 women were among the 9 workers who were detained by ICE agents during a raid on November the 4th. 3 other workers who were arrested that day have already been released. So 6 have been released out of the 9. The head of the Boston University Republicans claims that He had been calling ICE for months to report the workers at the car wash. So that's what's going on with that up there. Back in Rhode Island, a bit of an issue down in North Kingstown at a food processing plant. 13 employees had to go to the hospital on Thursday. First responders were called to Taylor Farms, New England, off of Commerce Park Road after an alarm signaled a possible leak. The building was evacuated and the workers were taken to the hospital with eye and throat irritation. 2 of the employees are in serious condition. They must have breathed this stuff in,
Yeah.
a lot of it. According to the preliminary investigation, the leak apparently originated on the roof of the facility's ammonia refrigeration system, and it just spread through the HVAC system, which is going to spread it nice and evenly throughout the building. And like, wow, that's some serious stuff there. So, okay, well, that's what took place down there in North Kingstown. Hopefully, everybody down there is going to be okay. We had this story. It was last week, maybe the week before, down in Plymouth, on the wind turbine where the blade fell off. The wind turbine, one of these, how big are these things? 100-foot blades.
Yeah,
crashed down into the cranberry bog. So they're down there going, how did that happen? Why did this thing fall off? Now, north of Boston, Newburyport, a 300-foot tall wind turbine operated by Newburyport Company has been removed after 15 years of service. The wind turbine, they've just dismantled it. So, the Mark Ritchie Woodworking Company installed the wind turbine in 2009, and it has provided 60% of their power for years. The turbine had recently stopped working. That was always the problem I heard way back when these things were going up.
Yep.
Well, what happens when they stop? Other thing. So it stopped working, and the company decided, well, we're just going to take it down because it could not find the parts to make needed repairs. I guess it's too old now. You'd have to buy a whole new turbine, and how much money is that going to cost?
All right. So how did they dispose of
They plan to
old
recycle the metal from the turbine, so we can recycle the metal.
Okay.
What are they going to do with the plastic? I don't know. And then what are they going to do? What are they going to turn to now for their power? Are we going back to fossil fuels?
Yep.
Are we going to go to solar? You got to make up that, and 60%'s a lot. They're
That's-
going to make up for it somewhere. So that's what they've decided to do.
There was another story that I read about. In fact, I was looking at my Facebook page this morning, and you remember the old Pete's Bluebird in Bellingham, Mass.
The restaurant.
Yeah,
Yes.
the restaurant Pete's Bluebird. I guess they auctioned off their Pete's Bluebird sign to a historical society the other day.
Really?
Yeah, yep. I guess
much did they get for it?
I want to, from what I remember, right around, I think it was right around $1,100. They got for the old sign. So they're going to put it
good
as a
size.
piece of Pete's Bluebird was down there for a
Long time.
long time. I mean, I've been in Bellingham myself over 40 years now. And when I first moved from Worcester to Bellingham, when I married my wife, I remember Pete's, as a matter of fact, was right around the corner from where we first lived. So, yeah, and it was there long before that, too, so.
Dave had the story this morning. If you like to go down to Bristol for the 4th of July, they like to have concerts at, where's the name of it? Independence Park. Is that Colt State Park, or is that
no.
a different park?
Different
Two
park.
different parks. Okay.
And this is right on the waterfront. You look
Well,
out.
so it's Colt State, yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Okay.
You look out on the bay. Lots of times they'll have some sort of naval ship will come in to symbolically recognize
Park it right there? Okay.
the celebration. You can see it right off the shore. It's a nice park.
Nice park. Okay. Well, last year, I guess they moved the concert series to the campus of Roger Williams University, which is in Bristol, but not really on the main drag of the parade route. And I guess it was met with well, we don't like this. We don't like it
gosh,
being
no.
over here. It's off the beaten path.
Yeah.
So okay. So they get the committee
People
got together.
didn't care for it at all. Didn't have the same vibe.
Yeah. So they got together with the police department in Bristol
of course,
said,
it was far away from the businesses, and the businesses being
yeah.
made out. I mean, let's not be cynical about it. A business makes a budget figuring on what's going to happen, and they do their spending according to what they expect to come in.
Yeah.
And then when the
Then you move
government, when the officials say, "Oh, by the way, that big crowd on July 4th,
you don't have it.
they're over there."
Yeah. Far away from you, and they're not buying Cokes and water from you today.
Right,
They're
yeah.
someplace else. Okay. Well, they're moving it back to Independence Park down in Bristol for next year. They got together with the police and said, we figured it out.
Luckily, they got
And so,
enough
okay.
people who wanted to really keep it there.
Yeah.
Because they had been talking about moving it out of Independence Park for years. They tried it once, didn't like it, so they're back with
Bringing it back.
renewed vigor to make it work.
All right, break time once again here on Coffee and time for a look at that forecast, which is being brought to you by Compassion International.
Increasingly cloudy with a high of 48 degrees, calm wind gusting to 22 miles per hour later in the day. Tonight, a slight chance of some rain after 4 a.m., patchy fog after 4 a.m., otherwise mostly cloudy skies with an overnight low of 38 degrees. Saturday's weather, mostly cloudy skies, gradually becoming sunny with a high of 47 degrees and a 20% chance of an off shower during the day. Sunday's weather, mostly sunny and 43. Monday, sunshine and 48. Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies with a high of 51 and a 30% chance of a shower. Tuesday night, 70% chance of rain. Wednesday, 60% chance of rain and 57. And Thanksgiving Day, partly sunny skies, high near 50 with a 40% chance of a shower.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with the cloudy skies, we have 30 degrees. Imagine a child in extreme poverty waiting over 365 days to be sponsored. End their wait today. Become a Compassion sponsor. Text radio to 83393.
In a world where good food, friendly faces, and unforgettable memories collide, there's one place that stands out from the rest. Gators Pub is proudly celebrating 35 years of excellence in North Smithfield. Join us at Gators Pub, where every visit feels like coming home. Our secret to success? It's simple. Our super friendly staff and mouth-watering dishes prepared fresh daily by our talented chefs. Sink your teeth into our delectable lunch specials from Monday through Thursday and savor complimentary soup to warm your soul. Enjoy the game day excitement with multiple TVs showing the Boston Red Sox while indulging in classic appetizers like our famous potato skins and pita chips. Looking for a lively atmosphere to watch volleyball games? Look no further. Pair it with our juicy burgers or the latest cocktail creations to elevate your experience. Gators Pub, your ultimate destination for good times and great food. Come and celebrate with us at Gators Pub on Route 102, just a mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Make every moment memorable at Gators Pub, where good friends and great flavors meet. Remember, there are no strangers at Gators Pub, just good friends you haven't met yet.
Integrity, trust, service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that you know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, call us at 765-8880. Integrity, trust, service. The Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Coffee In here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Rich Lane and Dave Richards. And this portion of Coffee In is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper, which Dave happens to have in his hand.
I do. The North Smithfield, Woonsocket, and Blackstone edition is in my hand right now. And lots of things about last night, I should have said last Monday night's Woonsocket City Council meeting, which we broadcast here on ON Radio. Woonsocket City Councilor Denise Sierra and Vice President of the body has offered some tips for limiting panhandling. We heard that on the radio. You can see a color picture right on the front page of the Valley Breeze of that right there. Plus, they also authorized the group with Mr. Duhamel to clean up Oak Hill Cemetery on a quasi-emergency basis because it needs to be done, and the caretaking authorities are not doing it. Over in North Smithfield, we have a picture of Town Administrator's Gibbs, and he is talking about Crossman Engineering completing preliminary work in preparation for repaving repaving 20 or so local roadways. Interesting things going on in the breeze, and I'll say more in just a moment, but let me take a quick look at the Cumberland and Lincoln edition of the Valley Breeze. All ages bike track would expand opportunities at Diamond Hill. That's interesting. Then there's also the town of Lincoln is allowing Walker Lofts to pay their building fees in increments. That was officially decreed. And Ethan Shorey has a story about, well, I got to read it because it doesn't make much sense to me. The Cumberland Town Council is looking at moving the crosswalk at Diamond Hill Park 30 feet to the south. And they're saying it's going to cost so much money you wouldn't believe it. They can't believe it.
Is there a quick reason of why they want to move it 30 feet?
The enabling legislation says an amount not to exceed $8,350. A guy with a paintbrush just doesn't seem to cost that much money, but that's all right. I guess you got to get rid of the other one too, and you can't do it just any old way. So maybe it gets a little pricey, but it says here it's going to be way more expensive.
Yeah, but why move it? Oh, and 30 feet's not a lot of land.
yeah, that's true. But you know, when everybody's going in to the park and the cars get involved,
all right, maybe that's it.
Getting the public crossing the street off to the side of the travel lanes gets to be important.
Okay.
So they're going to move it to the south so that the traffic coming in can be free of the crosswalk while it's making the turn or coming out of the park. It's a safer place for the crosswalk to be, they have determined. And so anyway, take a look at the Valley Breeze and find out about that. But what you really want to take a look at the Valley Breeze for is what makes it so tick like this week. In all editions of the Valley Breeze, you'll get your holiday guide, full color supplement in every Valley Breeze. Oh, this is gorgeous printing, just like we had for our Best of the Blackstone Valley, all full color glossy pictures inside. Great ads from great businesses who would like to see you during the holidays. All right, so that's inside every Valley Breeze. Don't miss it. It's only this week. Get it and set it aside. Oh, the Ocean State Job Lot folder in there too. So that's the Valley Breeze free. We shop every Thursday. We got them right here.
Well, excuse my cynicism on this whole moving of the crosswalk, but does the crosswalk move 30 feet down to the south, and does it end up right in front of the ice cream machine parking lot?
Well, I didn't see a map, so I can't tell you that. But I can tell you this.
Make it more convenient for people to go to the business.
It was an idea that was brought. The proper people were convinced of the wisdom of the plan. It was voted on. It was passed.
Okay.
And so
we'll move it,
look at it and say,
gonna cost some cash.
Yeah, I got to read it because I don't know the answers to all of what you're saying. I got to read it because I have some questions too.
All right.
Maybe the folks out there do. Get your Valley Breeze.
Rich, what's going on at the Post besides its celebrity bartenders are coming up from Milk?
And tomorrow.
Oh,
Well,
that's
I want to thank people for last Saturday when we had spaghetti supper, and all the proceeds from that evening went to the courtesy car. We knocked it out of the park. We raised a great amount of money, and I'm so thankful to the people. And I saw a lot of faces at that spaghetti supper that I've never seen before.
That's nice.
So no, that's very good. It's because people are getting to know what the American Legion Post and the things we do down there are all about. So thank you for coming out. And
So you got a 3-hour spaghetti supper.
yeah,
4 to 7 on a Saturday afternoon. You figure you might see 60, 70, 80, maybe 90 people.
we
And
had.
how many meals did Jean Michon plate?
I was just going to talk about, because I'm amazed at Jean.
Yeah.
I am amazed at her skills
Michon
and
we're
what she
talking
can
about.
do.
Chef Jean Michon.
Yeah, chef. Yeah, right. And I had counted, I think maybe about a week and a half before, actual sales at the Post were like 53. Mm-hmm. And we knew it was going to be, and you had
You
mentioned
figured 20,
before about
30%
at the
in-
door, right? People. So we said to Jeannie, figure about 100. Figure about 100. We'll prep for 100. So my granddaughter had been working in the kitchen with Jean and Missy that night, and they took 106 tickets in
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah.
And you got to figure there were people that didn't show up.
Right.
And we told Jeannie to prep for 100.
Right.
Jeannie pulled 5 loaves and 2 fishes that night. I mean, she was just. And I went into the kitchen after it was over, and there was actually a pan of spaghetti and a whole lot of meatballs left. And I looked at her and I said, "How?" I'm not even going to ask how you did this because, and the portions were good.
Yeah.
Everybody enjoyed themselves. There were no, so it was a great
I had
night.
5 meatballs on my plate.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go. So there you go. So everybody, and for just $10, and of course the door prizes that night were were awesome. You know, and the regular
Emerald Lagasse French door oven.
Yes, the air fryer that was there, and we had the I think we had another Lion King piece from Disney, a Jim Shore piece, and then had a liquor basket there too. So I mean, everybody walked out of there pretty happy, and Bob Heeman, a guy that comes down to the Post a lot, he disc jockeyed for us for free.
Yeah.
So everybody
Kept playing Monkeys songs for Senator Murray.
Yes, he did.
She was wearing her Monkeys T-shirt that night. I said, "Why are you wearing a Monkeys T-shirt?" She says, "Because it's black and I might have an accident."
There you go. We had an absolute blast that night, so I just want to thank those of you that were listening out there to come down to help us support the courtesy car. It's really going to help us a lot because like I always say, the insurance, the gas, the fact that we're doing 17 to 20 trips a month with the vehicle now for veterans, so you know the expenses are all going up. So anytime you feel you got a couple extra bucks in your pocket and you just want to drop by the post, look at the bartender and say, "Here, why don't you take this and tell them to put it towards the courtesy car." We got great bartenders down there that'll do the right thing with the money. Take my word for that. They all love the fact with the courtesy car. So, and that's what happened with that. But now we've got tomorrow, and for Henry
Dynamite
Car giveaway.
And so the commander,
Can
Rob.
we smell the dynamite yet?
Yeah. The commander and I, and
Starting to simmer?
the commander's brother Ron. We were in there chopping up the veggies yesterday and prepping everything, and Jim from New Englanders helping our veterans dropped all the food items off.
supervising, right?
Yep. So he had all the things down there that they purchased for the food. So, you know, we're all set to go. I talked to Bill from Henry's Automotive Repair. They're coming down with the cars tonight, from what I understand. And I know they talked to you, Dave, about
We've already done our
video.
site survey so we can do the
Yep.
radio and TV.
Yep. So, and I love the idea of, I don't know, maybe, let's start. I want to tell the people about it because your idea was fantastic.
What?
I love it, how they wanted to line up the cars and the backdrop would be the
Eternal Flame.
Eternal Flame.
Yeah.
Cool.
Rich, thanks for the compliment, but that was Bill's idea.
That was Bill's idea?
I
Well,
brought
I
brought it up.
Somebody gave you credit for that.
I
so.
brought it. I brought up. I said, if you go to the pavilion, that's just fine. I said, but the truck can't get underneath the pavilion. If it's sunny outside, we won't be able to see inside the shadows.
Right.
We'll just kill the cameras. So I said, bring it outside. Have confidence because I know these weather things. It's not going to rain. It's not going to be pouring rain on you on Saturday. So
No.
I said, bring it out so that you could have, it's a nice background, like the Eternal Flame. That's all I said.
Yeah, but the weather
He
report.
took it and ran with it.
Yeah, the weather report looks like it's going to be fine right now. I mean, by
Maybe
the time
a few
but
small showers in the wee hours. It's
Yeah.
all over by the time we get there.
that's awesome because we're still going to be underneath the pavilion. We're going to have the table set up for all the raffle
Sure,
items.
people will be around for that. Yeah.
And that's where we're going to serve the dynamites. I'm gonna get there in the morning, probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and get
That's
the
about the
table
time I'm
set
bringing
up.
the truck in.
Are you?
Well,
Well, then
I
I'll
might-
plug in the dynamites. We'll have an early dynamite day.
Ooh, there's an idea. I might have to bum a ride back to the station from you. When I bring the truck down,
Yeah. no
Denise
pro-
can't drive yet, so I
It's okay,
gotta have
yeah.
somebody get me back to the station so I can finish the radiothon tomorrow.
There you go. No problem at all. No
Mm-hmm.
problem at all. We'll take care of you. But yeah, with Henry's Heroes there, that whole thing's going to take place from 11 to 2. I understand that they're going to do the vehicle giveaways at 1 o'clock. So
Live on the radio and TV, right
Yeah.
after Tiki Bar.
Cool.
So I'll tell you, folks, if you have not been to this event before, and I'm not saying this for you to come down to the American Legion Post and spend your money on beverages down at the bar or whatever. I'm not saying it for that. If you've never been to one of these car giveaways, I'll just tell you one quick story. I went last year down to Henry's to watch them do it down there, and they had an old model Mercedes-Benz, and there was a female veteran, her 2 kids, and the mother were there. And they didn't know what car they were getting, but believe me, everybody was eyeing that Mercedes. That's the car everybody wanted. And when they opened their envelope, that veteran and her family, when they opened their envelope and saw that they got the Mercedes, I'm going to tell you, you could hear the scream across country. And I teared up. I mean, they were all crying. They were so happy. So, come on down to the American Legion Post 85 tomorrow. And if you can't get there at 11 for all the like raffle stuff that's going to go on, and, just a camaraderie, get there around 1 o'clock. And come on down and watch the car giveaway. You will be so impressed. And New Englanders Helping Our Veterans and Henry's, Bill, all the guys that help out for that, you do a great job. And as a veteran, I'll tell you, I really appreciate it.
All right. Anything else? No?
Everything's slowing down. Like Dave
Okay.
said earlier, in December, everything starts to slow down. But I'm going to tell you, we got a lot of stuff planned in January and February. So, just keep your ears open. And as always, we're open to the public. So come on down and visit us there. If you're out shopping and you want to stop at a place and have yourself a beverage, come on down to the American Legion Post 85. We're open to the public, and everyone's welcome. Oh, Thanksgiving. I got to mention Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, we're having our normal Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day at noontime. We open up. This is free. The only thing I'm asking people is if you plan on coming, like myself, my whole family comes down. My daughter, my son-in-law, the 2 grandkids, me and my wife. So we told them we got 6 coming. We need, and like Dave said earlier, even with the soup for supper thing, you want to have enough food. So do us a favor, call the American Legion Post, 401-766-7585. Say, look, I plan on coming for Thanksgiving. I'm going to have X number of people.
Okay.
And that'll help us a lot with the food.
All right. Very good, Rich. And we're going to take another break here on the Coffee and program. More coming up.
By the way, there's
Yes.
more Autumn Fest calendar winners just in today for today and for tomorrow.
Okay.
And we're posting them in the marquee there on the website. And yesterday I decided it was taking so long because we put them up and we let them and they scroll by like news sticker. I said, let's do them in reverse order. So if somebody's just checking, they see the most recent one first.
Okay.
I just put them up.
Great. You see who won yesterday? Paul Bourget?
Yeah, Paul Bourget. And the day before that, Garrett Manseri.
So
yeah.
that's pretty cool. All right, this portion of Coffee has been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Since its founding, the Valley Breeze has been the trusted source for local news in the Blackstone Valley. Our readers and advertisers understand that shining a light on all aspects of our communities and doing it with some of the best local journalism makes these cities and towns better places. We believe that truth should triumph over rumors and misinformation. See valleybreeze.com or any of our 5 editions for more on how you can be part of this local news success story. The Valley Breeze, making our communities stronger by telling their stories.
ON Radio. ON Worldwide. The Breeze.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la.
Honey, look. 4 calling birds.
Do they have cell phones?
Well, yeah. They're called calling birds because they have 4 lines of Cricket 5G.
How do they pay?
Oh, easy. Each line is only $25 a month.
Who are they calling?
Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device. It is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Hi, this is Wendy Pyrus of Community Care Alliance. Saturday, November 22nd, join us for a special radio and TV event that embodies the true spirit of the holidays, the 5th annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. All proceeds raised from the Radiothon will provide children and teens we serve with the magic of the holiday season. Throughout the morning, I'll be your host, and I can't wait to share these incredible stories with you. Tune in and donate on November 22nd from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. live as we light up the lives of children in need and spread holiday joy like never before.
ON AM and FM.
All right, Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan with Dave Richards and Rich Lane. Other things going on.
And Melissa Murray is here, too.
In spirit?
Yeah, you don't hear her.
Melissa
She lost her voice.
Yeah.
She lost her voice. So you might as well tell the people on radio she's here because you can't hear her anyway.
Can't hear her. So that 22-year-old man that's accused of killing the 18-year-old pregnant woman in Rehoboth last August.
Disgusting, huh?
Yes. Now under indictment. This is the woman that when her phone was down to 4%, the last text she sent out was, he's beating me up kind of thing, and if I die, Greg did it. How about that? That's the last thing she sent out. Gregory Groom is now charged with murder and witness intimidation in the death of Kylie Montero. Her remains were found on his property. I think he dug down like a foot and buried her. And he has already allegedly confessed to the crime. But you got to go through the steps. And he'll be arraigned next Tuesday in Fall River Superior Court.
Yeah, capital crime, you can't just skip the trial.
Well, right. And it makes me so glad I was not called for jury duty because that's where I go. That's where they send me. To Fall River.
Oh dear.
Either that or New Bedford. So I could have been on if I was called for jury duty. I could have been called for that one.
You mean you could have done Lizzie Borden?
I could have. Yeah. And they always take the people in northern Bristol County, which is where I am, and send them down to southern Bristol County because the odds are you don't know anybody down there, and because I could go to Attleboro. It's right
it's
there.
Not like Rhode Island there.
No. All right. From the you just never know. Department and don't let just because they're a religious person doesn't mean they can't do bad things.
Oh,
all right. A religious studies professor at Stonehill College, a very prestigious college there in Massachusetts, he's accused of stealing $78,000 from a woman in an online romance scam.
Oh.
Amazing, huh? 73-year-old Gregory Shaw met the victim on a Christian dating website. How awful is this? Last year. And then, they talk and they act. And he convinced her, send me money in checks because I need it. He said he allegedly, the police say, Shaw allegedly told the woman that he needed the money for an overseas emergency. That is so vague. So he's charged with 2 counts of larceny.
So that's the going rate for overseas emergencies, 78 grand.
Well, it's probably, I need $1,000. I need $2,500. I need another $5. It adds up after a while, and it's going to go to the children's in Uganda. I don't know where it's going. So, but that's what he's charged with 2 counts of larceny, over $1,200 by false pretenses. So wow, doesn't say anything about his job, by the way, at Stonehill. Whether or not he keeps that. So I heard you talk about this yesterday, Dave. I don't know if you saw the video.
When he doesn't show up for work,
that's right.
That's a giveaway.
Dave was talking about this yesterday. I don't know if you saw it at the Miss Universe contest. Miss Jamaica fell off the stage.
So you actually saw the video.
And
I was going by the report.
And so it's like she walking along, smiling, and then wow, she just did not see the edge.
There was no stage there.
It just wasn't there. But the show must go on. All right.
What?
And a 25-year-old from Mexico is the new Miss Universe.
You mean they didn't get it to her? They didn't give it to her on a pity vote?
Not at all.
No, all right.
Let me.
What?
I saw the video. Okay, and I mean, look, I realize that they got to have this certain walking stature, and they got to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They got to
poise,
look good and poise and everything like that. But, geez, I mean, you're on a stage. First of all, I mean, wouldn't your eyes glance
Not
down.
if they were
you know,
welling up with tears.
Yeah, no, they're not looking down. They're looking
No,
up.
they're looking. You know, to me,
Right.
if I'm on the stage, I mean, I'm at least going to have a general idea where that edge is.
Well, you would
You'd
think
be
so.
surprised. Watch Saturday Night Live. Watch Saturday Night Live. And 6 out of 10 of these professional people come down the stairs out to the stage. Their job is to walk out with a little personality, come down 2 small flights of stairs, and end up with the left foot on the left side and the right foot on the right side of this little fluorescent orange T of tape that's put on the stage.
Stand here.
6
That's your
out
mark.
of 10
Miss it?
miss it.
Even when they
And
practice?
that means camera 2 on the dolly has to now reposition itself to try to get you centered up on screen.
Maybe I'm overcritical. I probably am.
Oh,
But
no. Because you'll walk out and you're looking up into the crowd.
Yeah.
Or she's on stage and she's looking
She was looking out.
right at this auditorium filled with people, and people are clapping and stuff like that, and she's got some other thought on her mind.
wave and say hi, and then look down real quick and make sure.
Well, she's walking to her left, but she's looking straight out to the crowd and then
yeah.
zoom.
And smiling and smiling.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the first runner-up was Miss Thailand, followed by Miss Venezuela and Miss Philippines. They were women from 120 countries. Doesn't say where Miss USA.
Yeah, she was from Nebraska.
She was from Nebraska, but didn't say what number she
where
came
she ranked?
in. But,
No, it didn't say that.
But nice of her that she competed. Jimmy Buffett fell off the stage during a concert one time
Sure.
in Australia.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
you're just walking along and you're playing and you have a good time and you're just not looking. Thump.
Because the lights
Now
are
you're-
in your
That's
eyes
right.
when you're
Yeah.
on stage. Now, sometimes they'll do the marker tape on the proscenium. That's the edge of the stage, right?
Yeah.
They'll do the marker tape on it. But lots of times, if this is on TV, TV asks no marker tape on the edge.
Yeah.
Because it shows, and it doesn't look that great. So I'm going to guess there was no marker tape, but I didn't see. You guys both saw the video of it.
It's
I
very
didn't.
dark. From the video, you can't see where the edge of the stage is where she's walking.
And so she couldn't
So
either with
she
lights
probably can't
shining
see
in her
together.
face.
Yeah. All right. Other things going on, and this is just bizarre. You might
Reminded
actually
me of the Miss Congeniality,
Yeah,
where
that's
Miss New
right.
Jersey took a header on the stage. Right.
You actually might agree. You both might actually agree with PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, on this one.
That's a stretch, Joe. Go ahead.
Alicia Silverstone, the actress, is trying to help locate some missing baby giraffes.
Right.
Alicia Silverstone and PETA are offering a $50,000 reward for information that leads to the recovery of 2 giraffes that were born at the Natural Bridge Zoo in Rockbridge County, Virginia. The giraffe calves went missing shortly after they were born, and this is the crazy part, Rich. The zoo's owner was sent to jail after refusing to reveal their location. It sounds like he sold them
Yeah.
and kept the money for himself, or herself, it doesn't say. But anyone with information is asked to call the Virginia Attorney General's Animal Law Unit. Tough to hide a giraffe.
Yeah, I guess.
Even baby
Well,
giraffes.
after a
These
few
are-
weeks
these
it
are-
is.
These things grow like crazy. It's like, where are they? We don't know. So, all
It's
right.
like that dead whale down in Nantucket.
Yeah.
There's no hiding that sucker. You
No.
can't bury it. You can't cart it off. They're just going to dig a big ditch on the seaward
and
side.
bury it.
They're going to float it out to sea
Yeah.
many miles. It'll become whale fall at the bottom of the ocean,
Yeah,
like
right.
all the other whales.
Well, this is what we come to now. It's too bad Melissa isn't here, so she could comment on it. U.S. automakers will
Wait a
soon
minute.
be
She might comment.
Maybe.
She could nod her head.
U.S. automakers will soon be required, all right, to use female crash test dummies to test vehicle safety. Right now, most safety systems are tested only with male test dummies, even though women face higher injury rates in certain types of crashes. So, the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration unveiled an advanced female crash test dummy yesterday, on Thursday. Officials say it has more than 150 sensors and can collect 3 times more injury data than current models. Automakers can begin purchasing the dummies now ahead of a federal rule that will require crash data specific to female occupants.
Don't. I've got so many questions, and probably 90% of them can't be aired on live radio.
Well,
Dave's got that look on his face going, This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, no, this,
Close to it.
yeah, it's another, to me, I'm disappointed.
All right.
But it's human nature. The people who make crash test dummies want to make better and newer ones. They want people to buy them. Well, if you already own a half a dozen crash test dummies, you're not interested in spending another $10,000 a copy for another crash test dummy. So they have to try to figure out to motivate you to buy more crash test dummies.
And then we're going to have
And
to
it's-
have children ones, too.
Oh gosh, and then they're gonna have to have pet ones.
Furries.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Right, the whole bit. Right. Steve, you like that one, huh?
It's,
Furry crash test
but
dummies.
seriously, the big thing here is that they're doing it because they figure they can get some mileage with their female crash test dummies. A smaller person, I mean, if you look at most of the stereotypical male-female things, by their nature, especially women of childbearing age, have more padding in different places. And so there's physiological differences. But what the fact is that they have more sensors in them, and they want to sell the newer model, and they have to motivate the manufacturers to buy the newer model. Folks, relax. They're not as crazy and stupid as they sound. They're only greedy.
All right, that'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. Dave, thanks for being here as well.
Yes, see you tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, right here in this studio for the Holiday for Kids Radiothon till 11 o'clock, and then at Post 85 at 1 o'clock right after the Tiki Bar.
All right.
Tonight, no sports. Sorry.
Yeah, season's done almost. Rich, thanks for being here.
Henry's Heroes, like Dave just said, come on down to some Dynamite, watch some veterans get some cars.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Have a great weekend and stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do you remember is coming up after the 9 o'clock news.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio.